So, moving on from video 1, we have this little pattern that I just created. Let me play it to you again. Here it is. So as I said in the video before, each of these rows represents a drum sound. So the bottom one, bass drum, snare, hi-hat, open hat, etc. I did explain this. So now, what we can do is if we go to the screen above and press the sounds button, and we end up here. And this is where we change the sounds to this current pattern, to this current 1-bar loop. And you see along the bottom, there's 12 buttons. And these represent, so that's the bass drum, snare, hi-hat. And this is how you choose which drum you want to change the sound of. You can also do it by pressing the scroll arrows. You'll see, if we go back through them, we go up and down through the drums. Bass drum, snare, hi-hat. Okay, so let's work with the hi-hat. So you see what we've got. We have, first of all, internally there's a Lindrum, an 808 and a 909. So if I change it, and you hear the hi-hat's changed. Slight, very similar. And over here we can change the volume and the pitch. Cool. And also we can add some delay effects to it. Let me explain what happens here. So the delay effect, with the slider at the bottom, the delay effect is off. But as you turn the slider up, it changes the delay time. So you can, like, if you have it very low, you can create some kind of spring reverb sounds. And as you move it higher up, well, you'll hear. Let me demonstrate. So listen carefully to the hi-hat. There we go. So straight away, you can create some really interesting. With the delay setting turned higher, you can make some kind of rhythmic offbeat sound. I'll turn this half an hour. There we go. Now let me show you the coolest thing about this screen. Let's pick say a clave, and I'm going to show you how to record a custom sound now. So what we do, press custom, and at the moment there's nothing stored in it. So all I have to do is hold my finger on the record button and speak into the microphone. Boom, like that. And if I press play, there it is. You hear that? I'll turn the volume up. And what you will notice is there was a little bit of silence between where I press the record button and where I make the noise. And that silence is going to be a problem, because if you want the sound to land neatly on as the drum is triggered, then we need to chop that silence off. We do that with the sample start slider. So if I move that. Okay. Now let me demonstrate this by putting this sound into a beat. So I'll go back to the sequencer. Okay. Create a bit of sonic space so you can hear what I'm trying to do. Move the hi-hats. So we recorded that custom sample on the clave channel. Okay, there we go. And now if I move the sample start around as well, you can create some really interesting rhythmic effects. So there you go, and you understand this now. And each drum can have a custom sample of its own, and also on the performer window, each pattern has its own set of custom samples. So this pattern here, if I record a custom sample on this pattern on the clave, then if I record, then this pattern here can have an entirely different set of custom samples too, which is a really useful feature, I think, which makes all your beats, gives them all the chance to have some individuality in the sounds. Okay.